Hello ladies and gents, welcome to my Data Pack 6 gameplay review. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm just going to be focusing purely on the gameplay, and if you have any questions about the Virtua Red V2 mod on PC and how to fix it, then check out my community post, and because there's some links in there to help fix your game. So after the mess of, Data Pack 5, I just couldn't wait for Data Pack 6 and just simply hope that hope they referred the gameplay back to Data Pack 4, or at least made the game a little bit more enjoyable and playable again. Data Pack 5 was full of horrendous first touches, slow passes, the players didn't feel responsive, and just generally it just felt truly awful. I'm starting to notice a pattern actually with these sort of data packs, and they seem to adjust the gameplay just prior to pros playing their tournaments. And I wonder if it's to sort of make the game more enjoyable for viewers to watch, maybe, because obviously with the first touch, the bad first touches, it's going to help players turn over possession quicker, more often, more frequently. That sluggish feel is just going to make it more end-to-end, I guess. And I mean, it could be just a coincidence, but it's something I'm going to keep my eye on in the future. It's just seemed that they all seem to like murder the gameplay just prior to these tournaments. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that. So to test, when I do these tests, it's important to keep everything the same, obviously. So I'm just going to be using Manchester United and Arsenal. I was on Legend difficulty. Had the equal conditioning and form. So they're exactly identical. The same tactics, formation and players I use. So I made sure to save those before I started each game. And I'll just add that, this formation and tactic that I'm using is my new ultimate formation and tactic for PES 2021. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to be sharing it with you over the coming days and weeks. So let's get into it, shall we? How is Data Pack 6? Well, straight from the kickoff, I could feel the difference. Fewer random poor first touches where the ball lifts off the ground. The passes feel slicker across the ground, less bobbly, and you'll also notice that as I show in this sort of split screen comparison, and doing exactly the same passing combination, just watch how many first row touches there are in Data Pack 5 in comparison to Data Pack 6. Data Pack 5 had a lot wrong with it, and a lot of it seems to be fixed in Data Pack 6 in those regards. The changes are subtle to the eye. You might look at this and think, I can't see the difference. But with the controller in your hand, and you've been playing like I did for 12 hours on Data Pack 5, and then another 8 hours with Data Pack 6 so far, and counting. These changes are actually huge when you've got the controller in your hand. When it comes to the skills, there's no difference between Data Pack 5 and 6. And to be honest, there's been no change since Data Pack 1 to the skills in terms of responsiveness. With these data packs, don't expect massive changes to like the referees being fixed or, free kicks being harder to score. They're going to stay largely the same, but certainly in little tweaks like player switching, for example. So just watch as this cross comes in and how quickly my players automatically selected their Maguire to try and defend that cross. With legendary AI, they are a bit OP on the old crosses, but yeah, so it's just a case of trying to intercept that. But I found that the AI was very aggressive in terms of how quick and desperate they are to try and win the ball back. And you're going to see a lot of examples of that over the period of this. But one of the things that really stood out for me was how patient the AI build from the back. Normally they play about 3 or 4 passes and then they get shut down and then they just launch it from the back here. But look at this. I've shut the passing lanes down, but now they've actually worked away and they're still going backwards. They're still working the ball backwards. Whereas before, at this point, this guy would be launching the ball upfield. In fact, it would happen about 2 or 3 passes ago. But when they do move into the midfield zone, sometimes they will just hoof it forward like you saw there. But generally on the whole, players will try and hold onto the ball, release it. They're not treating the ball like a hot potato. They are actually like taking the ball, running with it when they can, and playing the right passes generally. They still do the odd turn, shot and goal as well. But generally the AI build-up play really impressed me more than it did in Data Pack 4. I think it's much improved. So it was really nice to see sort of how patient they are building from the back, sort of playing the ball backwards, not always looking for that forward pass. But there again, when they get to that midfield zone, then they're sort of playing the long ball, which is a little bit more realistic than just keep hoofing it from defence. But it would be nice if they just tighten that up just a little bit and just keep building the play going forward. So instead of like getting to the halfway line or whatever and having one striker up, instead of like just trying to hit the front man all the time, it would be nice if they continue that build-up play from defence to midfield and then building it into the attackers. So that was really nice to see, and certainly a welcome boost. I think the AI is actually better than it's ever been in any of the previous data packs. It's been really impressive, and that aggression as well really stood out for me. Also, I would say is the threat and creativity of the AI. Sometimes they can be super direct, and sometimes they'll do what you're going to see here. So they do like to mix it up, where they play some lovely football. I mean, just watch this. This is just sublime. That they keep working the ball, get it wide, ball comes back out. Look at this little one-touch stuff, sets the ball and then strikes it beautifully into the corner. I was just like, wow. I was literally out of my seat when I saw that. I was like, wow, I've not seen any of the data packs do that sort of stuff. So that was really nice to see. Player selection in general seems much improved. I didn't really have too many. There is a couple of AI awareness issues still, but that's plagued the Fox engine for as long as I know. So, but in terms of like the player selecting itself, I think it's much improved. Certainly the passing and first touch, that what we used to experience in Data Pack 5 is well and truly gone. It doesn't mean like every player is going to take the perfect touch. There will be players with low ball control that aren't going to take a touch as good as you've seen. But just look at this. This is what I was talking about, the aggressiveness. Look at that from Aubameyang. There, in that situation, normally turn around and run backwards, which was what I was expecting him to do. But he actually just forced his way through my players and then played the ball wide. And you'll notice that a lot. They get forward and then they'll play the ball wide to be crossed into the box when they got more numbers in the box to actually play the ball to. So you're going to see that quite a few times. And AI also have misplaced passes as well, so they're not super accurate all the time, which is nice to see as well. But here again, player selection there. Lindelof super quick to pick up from that long ball down the field. And yeah, I was overly impressed with the AI in general and the player selection. Really, really good to see. Plus the first touch and the passing, which was really killed in Data Pack 5. So it's good to see that the game flows a lot better. But like I said, if you have got players with low ball control, they are going to miscontrol it. But you're not going to get the likes of Neymar just constantly having issues picking up the ball or receiving the ball. Good players will be able to control the ball again, which is nice to see. The finesse dribbling and skills in general feel just really responsive, as they have done pretty much the entire series of PES 2021. Much improved over PES 2020, of course. And yeah, so you can go on these little dribbling runs like you're seeing here with Martial. Just a little bit of a sidestep with the finesse dribble into a double touch. So that's really nice. But just check this out. Look how direct the AI is here. Just getting the ball forward when they can, and they score easily. And then here's one more example of the AI being super direct. So they're not always, looking to build slow from the back. Look at that, a couple passes. He's in. It's a wonderful save. That's another wonderful save from De Gea. So you can see the difference. And look at this, right? Watch this. This is what I was talking about, the way the AI sort of wait for players to get in. Look, Aubameyang, he's got no one around him. He plays it wide, so he gets numbers in the box. And that's just really, really smart. Admittedly, the cross is pretty poor, but you get the picture. Like I said, I did notice a few examples of where the AI do lack a little bit of awareness. Like I said, it's plagued the game since the Fox engine was released. But you look at this player here who I've highlighted. Just watch how he just doesn't react to that ball. They're about the same distance away from each other, Greenwood and that player, and he just didn't go to close the ball down. So overall, the biggest improvements for me are obviously the passing and first touch. Those were immediately noticeable over Data Pack 5. The player responsiveness and player switching much improved again, and I think the first touch and passing had to be fixed. That had to be fixed, otherwise we're just gonna I'd find it hard to play the game, to be honest, and enjoy it, because luckily I've got my my PC version still on Datapack 4, but I would be more than comfortable switching from Datapack 4 to Datapack 6 now, because I think it's in a better place. I think the AI is much improved, more aggressive. For me personally, I think this is the best place the game has been this year. But, oh lads, ladies and gents, there is a Datapack 7 coming. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. I'm going to definitely put on the net block on my PC. Make sure it doesn't download that until I've tested it on my PS5. So Datapack 7 is coming towards the end of June for the Euro 2020 tournament. And in fact, when I was making this video review, one of the things I did notice is how much better the controls are and how much better the gameplay and the AI are on PlayStation over the PC. The controls are just so much tighter and it's far more enjoyable. Even with PC, with all the mods and how good you can make it look, it doesn't feel as good as if you're playing on the PlayStation. But I just want to let you guys what's coming up on the channel over the next week or two. So I've got the ultimate formation and tactic for PES 2021, which I've been using in this video review. I've tweaked it a little bit since, so be sure to stick around for that. I also have the best formation and tactic for Bayern Munich coming up as well. So overall, my recommendation is to download Datapack 6, and that's whether you're on Datapack 4, and especially if you're on Datapack 5. I'm loving the gameplay again, and let's just hope that Datapack 7 doesn't mess it up. Until next time, ladies and gents, take care of yourselves, stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.